Well, good afternoon. My name is Linnea Bengtsson, and I work for the City of Lidköping as an international business developer. I came back from Rockford, Illinois, a couple of weeks ago, where I'm stationed. And I would like to recognize our friends from Rockford that came all the way, Mark Adamski and Dr. Vogel and Dr. Sonia Vogel. And Chester is here too, and Sonia Zumrose is back at our hotel having a class online for Rockford, so that's why I was a few minutes late too. I'm here to continue to talk about, add to what Yvonne said too, about the work we are doing. Lidköping is doing a very aggressive work in the energy field. We're also being very aggressive when it comes to international work. In 2006, Mayor Shaheda and Mayor Morrissey from Rockford signed an industrial partnership agreement, which is similar to a sister city agreement, but it's more focused on the business aspect. And this is before I got involved in this project, and it was a lot of great work that is done before I got involved. They met in the Swedish American Chamber of Commerce event and realized they had similar industries and decided to work together internationally. And then a couple of months ago, they sat down and talked about it and see if it was worth to continue it, and a lot of great results would come from it, so they decided to continue, move forward. And as you can see in this picture, it's a historical picture of a virtual handshake of Mayor Shaheda and Mayor Morrissey in Rockford. We actually updated this whole agreement, added a new action plan, and instead of traveling to each other at this point, since we knew each other so well, we did this over Skype. So it was a fun event. And the reason why both cities are doing this is to, by working globally, we aim to grow locally. So that's the purpose of the agreement. And as they updated this agreement, they also decided to, I was hired, and I will be in Rockford for the next 3 years. I have an office at City Hall, and our Rockford friends take great care of me over there. And it's definitely a partnership, a very successful partnership. I would talk some about the education piece of this project. I work mostly 50% economic development and 50% education questions. And since 2008, between 2008 and 2010, we have had 30 students from Belgrade School living over in Rockford, and 10 students from East High School, which is a high school in Rockford over in Lidköping. And in the picture to the left is East High School students being here in Lidköping last year. And they came here from a construction class to see how we work with constructions in Sweden. And I came in contact with a foundation in Rockford. It's called Swedish American Foundation. They work with a hospital. And they've had for a couple of years, I think it's over 6 years, they've been working with East High School to restore and build new houses in the area around the hospital. So students from East High School are building houses for this foundation. The foundation is the sponsor of the project. And then I got in contact with them and we talked about, well, your name is Swedish American, perhaps we can add a Swedish component to it. So we decided to have Swedish construction students from Belgrade help them to build the houses. And at this point we've had 20 students, and we're going to send another 8. Actually next week they're traveling to Rockford. And the first house behind me, we started working in 2009, and it's all American, as it looks. You can see the garage is kind of crumbling and it looks kind of American. And then the house in the middle is called Swedish Influence House, and we're working on that right now. And last year, Rockford was the host for International Employer Annual Days, and we were actually at this house doing the study tours. And then the other house is a model of the house we're going to start building this fall. And what we're doing with this project is that we're using Swedish heritage and education through this international collaboration, and helping to build a sustainable future in Rockford. The components that we're working with is obviously education for everyone involved, the students, but also people that get part of this project, the culture aspect, efficiency in terms of energy usage, and then also international businesses. There are a couple of photos from the students that's been over there. And you also see John Mecklenburg from the Swedish American Foundation talking to Jonas Hafström, the Swedish ambassador to the U.S., who visited the house last year. And you see the students from Belgrade working together with the East High School students. And they're obviously building a house together, but they're also building international talk Swedish and English with each other, and they do things on the spare time with each other, and it's really great to see the students interact with each other. So this is the first house that we helped build, and it's all American standards. And it was very interesting for our students in Linköping to see how they build and how they, their construction techniques. This is the photo that I took of this house a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure they've developed even more now at this point. It looks kind of Swedish. The Swedish influence is triple pane windows. Asko Cylinda, it's a company located near to here, is sponsoring the dishwasher and the dryer to this house. And they will do that for the next house as well. It's more insulation. The thickness of the walls are much more than usually what they do in Rockford. And for you who haven't been to Rockford gets very cold in the winter, so it's nice that they add the insulation and the thickness of the walls now. This is the lot for the next house we're going to start building next week. There was a house down in there, and they took that down, and it's in the corner, so it will be great for people to come in and visit. And like I said, this is the model of the house. This is actually the construction teacher from East High School. When he was over here last year, he flew through a lot of catalogs that we gave him, and we asked him to choose a house that you think is really Swedish, and this is the one he said, this is the one we're going to have. So we will definitely add to it and make changes, but this is a model. And you can see the logos from the companies that we're working with. And I also add that the Swedish American Foundation are actually paying for our students to come over there. They're paying for all the airfare for the students. They're providing a house for them to live in, rental car for the teacher. They get a weekend in Chicago. They live quite well with them in Rockford. And the students from Delegati are great ambassadors. Like the one was talking about the ambassadors for the thinking and the Linköping attitude to bring them with them to Rockford. Chester mentioned this before when he was up here from Freedom Field. And we'll leave the education piece now and head over to the business aspect of this. A couple of end of May, we signed an international energy collaboration with Winnebago County and the City of Linköping and Freedom Field, and also the RDC and the City of Rockford. And this collaboration document, here's a summary of it. It allows companies from Linköping and West Sweden to use Freedom Field, which is the demonstration place, which Chester talked about, to put their products information at Freedom Field, and in order to use Rockford as the entry point to the U.S. market. And our goal is obviously to attract national and international visitors to Freedom Field, and we're planning to have virtual seminars, having companies together over here in Sweden and companies in the United States, and then via Skype or some other tool, talk with each other and see how we can work together, and also to create an international platform for matchmaking. This is adding to what Chester talked about, this Freedom Field, put the photo there, and the logo, and the web page. And this presentation will also be available on the homepage too. And then I will also talk about IBED. And IBED is a technology business incubator in Rockford. I've been there several times. It's a great space, and you see a photo of how it looks like. And they are right now talking about a new soft landings program, which allows for companies that want to enter the U.S. market. It's a program that will help them to do this in a successful way. And this is specifically designed to provide resources and program to meet the needs of in the United States. And this slide breaks down a little bit more in details what it does. So if companies in Linköping or in Sweden are interested in entering, please contact me and we can talk more in details about this. This is an overview. It's an incubator center, and it will help you with all of the needed to make a business plan, market, product research, and you also get physical application at IBED. You get to talk to other companies, and they're doing great results with IBED already today. So and they actually have a Linköping banner already sitting there at the entrance, so it came already there. And they will help you with translation and the language services and everything. And also the finance and business plan, like I said, the strategic planning, and etc. So it's something Rockford companies from this area. So in summary, the partnership Rockford Littering has been very successful, and we're continuing with the student house project. We're also sending other students from different programs, social science, nature science, and other schools from Sweden are going over there next week. I don't think there will be many people left in Littering next week because it seems like pretty much everyone's going to be over in Rockford, and it's very exciting, of course. And we continue to have visitors from Rockford over here, so we have a lot of friends over there. And the International Energy Collaboration at Freedom Field is something to definitely think about as a gateway to the U.S. market, to use that, and then to think about the soft landing program too, as a tool to come into the U.S. market. It's definitely, like a lot of people have said earlier today, if you want to enter a new country's market, it's pretty much needed if you have a partner in that country, and these two will help you with that. So please think about how you can benefit from working globally. Please do not hesitate contacting me. I have an office here at City Hall too, those weeks when I'm here. Otherwise, it's the same email that I use when I'm in Rockford too. And I'm spending most of my time in Rockford now. And I also write a blog, and I write both in Swedish and English. And I blog about like 4 times a week to keep the relationship going, and I write about small stuff and big stuff. So please take a look at that. And thank you so much for listening.